Shalom, everyone. How are you today? Happy Tuesday. Hope your week is going well. This is going to be a bit of a random video, just kind of randomness. I might show you my seedlings outside. I might show you a few of the things happening in the garden. Maybe chit chat with you for a little bit. I don't know. I have been busy the last few days, nonstop trying to finish alterations. I was working on this beast and I ran out of bobbin thread. Does not always happen, and you actually will kind of sew for a while before you even realize that you are out of bobbin thread. So that's what happened. And since I have to rewind a bobbin with invisible thread, which isn't always an easy task, I thought I'm going to stop and just chit chat, take a break, maybe grab some lunch, chit chat with you guys, and maybe show you around to some of my seedlings. How have you all been? Please discuss with me in the comments. Tell me how your week's going. How did Mother's Day go for all of you? How is your Bible study going? Have you been getting a lot out of our passages on Fridays? And do you have, if you're a seamstress, do you have a sewing project going on? Or if you love to garden, are you gardening already? Are you in a zone that is done with freezing, or are you still waiting for the freezing temperatures to end? Let me know in the comments. We usually at this point, I had to wait for the sirens to stop. They're pretty close and there was a lot of sirens. So I just paused the video for a moment because that's all there was a lot of sirens. But anyways, where was I? Tell me if you are gardening already in your zone. Tell me if you've been enjoying some summer weather or spring weather, or if you're still waiting on the frost to end. Around here, we have been waiting for the frost to end, and I feel like we're like a month behind. And I know that, you know, we have a chance of freezing all the way, usually up till Mother's Day, although now people are saying, no, it's more like Memorial Day. We have a frost possibly coming on, I think, Thursday night. So I haven't really wanted to put some stuff out. Some other things happening. Like I told you, this is randomness. Jay got a job, my hubby got a job and started it Monday. So, you know, I've been sewing while he's been working. And what else has been happening? I don't know. Just doing a lot of sewing. I got a lot of brides having weddings in the next couple of weeks and in the next month, the next 2 months. This is the season. In fact, this dress right here, I was just finishing a lot of the appliques on the hem and finishing up the hem. I've already done the bodice work, and it took me almost 2 hours this morning to bustle this dress. It is one of those crazy ones that not only is really, really long, but then it has all these side kind of panels or whatever that are flowing. So it's really hard to hem because you're like, where do I need to, you know, I faded it out and I didn't want to lose the drama of the train, which kind of was on the sides. Anyways, and then to try to bustle that. And bustling, if you're not a seamstress, it's where you take buttons and the loops and you bring up the train in the back so that they can dance and enjoy the evening without tripping on the train all night. So yeah, 2 hours tonight or this morning to bustle this one. It was a little bit crazy. There was a lot of bustle points to try to get it all up. Anyways, other randomness is that I made it through Mother's Day, but then the week after, all last week, was just as hectic and just as crazy. I don't know, a lot went on last week, so we'll talk about that more. But how about I grab the camera and I show you my seedlings? Let's do that. Okay, I have been wearing my slippers into the studio, and I switched to my kind of gardening shoes because I don't want dirt inside my studio. So I've been sewing in my slippers, And the tulips are actually looking amazing. They're about spent though. And look at my little cute little animals. I don't know if you see in here. Look at Duke looking all cute. He's like, leave me alone. So here's my seedlings. I have struggled a little bit with them. So this year, I had quite a few of them that didn't do well, like my cucumbers for some reason, and cantaloupes. What I did is I started them out in these trays here, and I'd bring them back and forth. But the problem is that we had so much cloudy weather, and I don't have special lights or anything. And I would bring them in and out, but then we'd have super cold weather. So they ended up not getting the proper sun that they needed. And then when they were out, they, felt like it was too much exposure. Anyways, I really struggled. But here's some that I had planted in those little trays that I have up potted. And a lot of them are doing good, but I mean, really my cantaloupes, watermelons, and cucumbers, look at, you guys might be more professional at this, but I do enjoy doing it. I just am not professional. Now, the funny thing is, the little pumpkins, the little tiny mini pumpkins, last year I couldn't grow these to save my life, and they did the best this year. So what that's about, like these are still all in the little trays with the little pumpkins. I have so many of those. So if anybody wants any, I wish you were close, I could give you some. And then I decided to try to start others. So I have new seedlings that are just starting to grow here. We've got bell peppers and ground cherries, California poppies, bunching onions, which I've really struggled to get going in the trays. And I replanted cucumbers and the silver slicers, which are also cucumbers. But then I had it sitting out on the table, and a squirrel dug this up and put a peanut in it. And I think he dug up that one too. So I may have lost those. So I'm really struggling with cucumbers this year. And then I also forgot that I saved my elephant ears and some other bulb type plants, and I forgot about them. And they've been sitting in a box, and I hope they're still good. I'm going to try planting those. We got little tiny, oh, this is more elephant ear. And I know there's more in there. Anyways, hopefully I haven't waited too late to plant those. These are some little trees from the California desert that my husband actually picked up the seed pods and actually got them to grow. So they are from his mom's house. This table is a real mess, sorry. But and then my little raised bed, it was out on the side here, and I had some lettuce in there, and suddenly we went from the temperatures being they were probably in the 30s and 40s, and then we went to 80 degrees this week. And so they fried. And so we had to bring this over here in the shade, and I replanted more lettuce. I'm hoping to be able to walk out my back door and just grab some lettuce for dinner and stuff like that. So that's what's going on here. Let me show you the garden itself. Okay, let's walk over to the potager, and shoot, there's a squirrel and I do not have a peanut. Let me, real quick, we'll go into the studio. And yes, I have peanuts right here, emergency peanuts. Just in case we come to a squirrel. Okay, let's walk out. In fact, do you want a peanut? Oh, this is one of the little boys. Or is this one of the little girls? There you go. Yeah, oh, it's a little one. Little baby one. Okay, so My strawberries are doing really, really good in the hanging baskets and below, even despite the fact that we'll get freezing again. Got my fountain running. We're gonna have to, just in case, empty it if we get freezing on Thursday. And I got so much chicken wire because the squirrels keep digging everything up. But you can see we have little things growing all over the place. I've got some carrots in there. I've got radishes. These are the nasturtiums that I grew out of off seed, and we've got some cabbage. These are all like things that love cold weather crops. And I tried to plant my broccoli. We're gonna see if it comes up. Oh, and see, more holes even underneath the not bob wire, but the chicken wire. Yep, they just get in there and do some holes. I went ahead yesterday and planted a bell pepper plant. The jug of water next to it is to hopefully warm it at night. I'm hoping that'll work. And I went ahead and planted a few tomatoes out here. And believe it or not, there's a teeny weeny itsy bitsy tomato. Remember the orange tomatoes? That's as far as I've been able to get them to grow. So hopefully a bug doesn't eat them. And looks like parsley's doing great. And so is chives. And believe it or not, underneath here, probably can't see it on camera, but there are teeny tiny onions, probably the bunching onion type. And let's see. And we got a few things coming up here. We have onions. We have some herbs that I'm not sure, some volunteer sunflowers. And once again, this is what I'm talking about. Look at the holes. And I don't mind them digging holes as long as they don't dig up the plants while they're doing it, is the problem. Oh, look it. Right next to my sweet peas. But you know what? That's what happens when you love squirrels. My hubby does. And then I have that up because, let me put that down. The birds keep pooping on it at night. So I'll sit right here and chat with you. I got these pillows this week to kind of lean back against on the bench in the garden. Sorry for moving all over the place. But I've been thinking all week what I should do for Tuesday's video and what I should do for a Shalom stealer. And the funny thing is, I have been living Shalom stealers. And I don't know that I have any great advice except for that maybe we all make choices. And right as soon as we got close to Mother's Day, I made choices that kind of put me into a depression, choices to dwell in my thoughts on things that I can't change. And here comes the squirrel. See him? Do you want a peanut? Do you want a peanut? Huh? I can't even sit in my backyard and relax around here. But we make choices. We feed squirrels and get squirrels coming everywhere. But anyway, I made, wrong choices in the last week and a half, and that was to dwell on the past, to dwell on things I couldn't change, to allow people to kind of run my thoughts, shall I say, to let the enemy, Satan himself, kind of give me a lot of negative thinking. I'm doing a lot better this week. I went back to just playing in the garden and trying to take more time with God. And my dog is scratching her collar right now, sorry. But I just started thinking about choices and how, we can make so many choices in our life, and often we make the wrong ones that bring the opposite of peace. And yet, when we're in the midst of it, especially if you suffer from depression, it almost feels like it is something that takes over all by itself, and there's nothing you can do. But at the beginning, there is stuff I could have done. Number one, I could have quit dwelling on it, on all of those things. And I could make choices to put boundaries for certain people. But in the end, the hardest part for a Christian is that we are supposed to be forgiving. We're supposed to be full of grace. We're supposed to extend an olive branch. We're supposed to, all of those things. And so I just try to find that balance of finding my own way, finding my own peace and my own boundaries, and yet still being loving and caring and all of that. So yeah, as I approach this Tuesday video, I've just been back and forth and not really knowing what I should do it on. So that's why this is so full of randomness, probably because I feel random. I feel, I feel peaceful, and I feel really, really good. This week has just been a great week. My hubby is enjoying his new job. I'm getting a lot of sewing done. My dog has got the itches over there. I don't know if you can see, but and at the same time, I have moments of depression and moments of discouragement and despair, and moments of overwhelmed because of all the sewing I have to do. So anyway, so this video has no purpose. It has no point. It just is me checking in and hoping you all have a wonderful week, hoping you make the right choices to find peace in your life, hoping that if you do suffer from depression, that you're able to conquer it. I pray for you. I'm praying for each of you guys. And, say a prayer for me, although this is short-lived. I am so much quicker to return to peace. I may make the wrong choices and I might start to fall, but the longer I've been doing this, the quicker I return right back to that life of shalom and that life of peace. So that's a huge difference. That, yeah, I may make the choice to end up in a bad place, but I am so quick to turn back around and come out of it. And that's where I've been. I've been in a really good place this week. So anyways, I want to wish you all a happy Tuesday and a happy week. And just wanted to check in on you. Tell me if you have done some seedlings. Did you have any success? I guess seedlings are like life. Sometimes they go really well and you get these big, beautiful, healthy plants, with the weather and everything back and forth. Gardening is just like that. And then sometimes you have years where you just had the wrong temps, the wrong weather, or just one element was frustrating, but you keep planting and you keep fighting on and you keep trying. I enjoy gardening so much that even when I fail at it, I'm okay with it. I just try some more. And I think by midsummer, we're going to have a beautiful garden, regardless of our failures. And same with our life, regardless of the times we fall and trip and skid our knee, and the times we fall into depression. If we just keep getting up, keep replanting, so to speak, and we'll have a beautiful life to look back on. So just encouraging you to get up and keep trying, keep planting, and keep planting love, keep planting peace, and keep planting shalom. I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful week. Shalom, my dear friends. And got a couple peanuts for my squirrels. Part of our shalom, except for when they dig in my garden. Love you all. Have a great week. Bye.